Hi friends! In a recent video, I shared how to make a simple junk journal using papers from around your home. So this week, I'm sharing my first junk journal with me video. Let's get started. I'll be using the journal I created in that video, and I start with a corner rounder to smooth off the edges where one of our cats had nibbled. It took me about 15 minutes to get started on this whole process, so the video is sped up to compensate for my dilly-dallying. But once I got the glue down, that helped to move along the process of getting the lay of the land. Once I got this children's book page glued down, I noticed the bag on the adjacent page from some bakery that had been secretly left on our doorstep by friends, and I thought that would be a fun little pocket to tuck a journaling card. I used some washi tape to tape down this little quote from a magazine. And keeping in the bakery theme, this wrapper from a package of butter made a really cute tab for me to staple on that page. I got out some watercolor paper that had doodles on it. This is a bag from a bottle of Prosecco. However, later on, you'll see I got rid of that. This card came with brown butter sea salt Rice Krispie treats that were so yummy. Tuck that in the bag. The front of the book, I taped down a postcard from the bagel shop. And back to the center of the book, I had a little thank you, and Baby Shark reminds me of my class, so I glued that in the center. On pages that didn't seem yet to have focus, I just tried to glue down some backgrounds. Here I have a magazine tearing, and I made a little pocket in which I tuck a vintage bingo card on which I'm doing some journaling about the summer. I do love a good metaphor, and the circle is a great metaphor for life in general. Here's an image of a watercolor palette, which makes me again think of the summer because we've been doing a lot of watercoloring. Here's some extra magazine papers that I'll use as backgrounds. I cut out this little purse and trying to find a good spot to glue it down. Tucking in an extra page is as simple as using a little bit of washi tape, and I'm incorporating a leaf print that we did in one of my art classes this year. Using a ruler to tear the pages gives such a lovely soft edge. I got out some stickers. And then I found this. I decided to use this large decorative doily as a stencil for my center page. I just used a little pot of water to pull the paint from the edges of the stencil out to the side to sort of tint that opposing page. Staple in a gift tag, and got out a couple other stickers. This one has a little piece of toast, which goes with the breakfast theme of the front of the book. I wanted to incorporate this piece, which was from another art class this year. Once I decided it was going to go inside the back cover, I traced around the edges so I could cut it out to shape and just glued it down. Added a glassine envelope, a paint chip, which I stapled to a piece of polka dotted wallpaper. Used the back for some journaling. On the family page, I wrote "we." I had already created a little envelope there and I tucked in a few photos. I like the way that this small doily looks opposing the stencil of the larger doily, so I put that around the edge of that sheet. It also mimics the circle shapes that I have going on that other page. Tucked in a thank you card from one of the girls' teachers. Then I'm just gluing down little bits of ephemera I've been collecting over time. This piece of yellow gingham paper I thought was so cute, so I used a circle punch, resting it against different pages, trying to find the best way to use that negative space. Once I got down this little background of wood grain on the opposing page, I noticed the color story of golds and yellows happening, and I thought this was the right place to put it. Use some washi tape to create a little pocket. Then I flipped back to the front cover, inside which I glued down this image that just was of a really cool looking studio, and I thought it would be a great way to set the scene every time I opened this journal. I have a card from a restaurant we went to earlier in the year, a tag from some flowers, just little bits of ephemera that I'm stapling and gluing in. These are gift tags, so I'm tying those along in that center section. I have some art paper we made in the springtime. And I love how the golds and blues are showing up. This wrapper is from a package of masks I ordered. I really like the whimsy of the pattern, so I'm using a circle punch to use those throughout the journal. I will know the significance of those particular patterns and that it has to do with this moment in time. These are little triangles cut out of security envelopes. Then I'm using a vintage highlights magazine. There were some children's quotes inside, and I thought they related to being a mom as well as a teacher. I came across this ribbon that had been with a gift, stapled that in. Here I made a little pocket for photos. I tuck that photo into the pocket. It'll be a perfect space to put photos as I print them. Before I wrap it up for the day, I thought it would be cool to make a little washi tape sampler of the different tapes I've used in this journal so far. Then I called it for the day. Bye! On the next day, I started by just flipping through the entire journal to refresh my memory of what was inside, figure out which pages had been clearly defined, where I could further embellish. Then I opened up this little box of bits and bobs I've been collecting, tied on a piece of twine to the binding so that I can wrap it around the book when it's not in use. Glued down this tea wrapper as a little pocket. I came across some ribbon from another gift and tied that in the center section. Just finding homes for some clippings I've been keeping over time. This tag said, "Warning, may cause outdoorsiness." I thought by tying that to the wrapper from a butter package would be funny for journaling, because if you're gonna eat bakery, you need to get active. Here's another piece of art paper we made this year. I'm using this tag for a little journaling about the potato print at the front of my book from a workshop I did a few years ago. Adding more ephemera where it fits in my journal. Reminders to myself. Here's another stencil. Reminder of all the printing that's been done this year, and I'm adding quotes throughout the book. Ultimately, junk journaling is a way to preserve memories, taking little bits of paper and ephemera from our lives and assembling it throughout this book in a unique way that preserves those memories and showcases them, so that every time I look back through it, I am able to revisit something. It's definitely a work in progress, but I now feel like there are some places throughout this book where I've gotten a handle on the feeling, and I can go back and add to it over time. If you do any junk journaling, please leave a comment below. I would be very interested to hear how your process is unique. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can even click the subscribe button and ring the bell if you'd like to be notified each week on Tuesday when I post a new video. Thanks for watching.